Hey guys, so today I'm going to be heading over and I will be picking up 2 red-eared sliders. Now this is like way back a super long time ago because I had to have them in quarantine for a long time, and now they're finally in somewhere that they're doing quite well. And well, I mean they've been doing quite well since I've had them, but I have them now where it's more presentable, I guess, and easier to show them. So the one's on my back porch, and actually there's kind of an interesting story there, so I'll tell you when we get there. And then the other one is in a pond it's temporarily in the pond. What I want to do is I want to put the big one, which is the one in the pond, in my 75 gallon, and maybe even, I was thinking, put them both in my 75 gallon and put like a barrier in between, but they're really aggressive, especially towards each other. Like, they cannot even see each other, so I probably won't be able to do that because they'll just try to attack the glass. Like, they're super aggressive towards other turtles, and I can't have them in with these guys. So now I'll be showing you some just random clips, and then I'll go out and show you how they are now. Okay guys, so we just got these 2 red-eared sliders. Here's the smaller one. They're both older than me. Here's the bigger one. It's kind of hard to see down there. And I think this is a 40-gallon tank. This is a 40-gallon tank stand, and then back here is some size of tank and a bunch of supplies. We got all this stuff for free from somebody who just didn't have the time for them anymore. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay guys, so I got back last night and I set up these turtles. I didn't really have time to film. Now it's the next morning. I am about to change out their water again, or for him it's again. These are 2 20-gallon tubs. These are Mr. Big and Mr. Little, I believe. They're red-eared sliders, and they're huge red-eared sliders. That one's about 8-9 inches. This is about 7-8 inches. Down here you can kind of see it. Sorry for the reflection. I need to change out their water. They don't have any filters right now because I haven't cleaned their filters or their tanks that they came in. The people that I got them from were very, very nice people, and were very happy about what I was doing and how interested I am in turtles. So it was pretty cool to meet them, and it was very nice that they donated the supplies that Mr. Big and Mr. Little lived in and everything. So I'm going to be cleaning that stuff today, and also talking about a little bit about what they were housed in before and what they'll be housed in now. So Mr. Little was the nicer one, so I put him up there by Brandy, and I tried to see if he'd be alright with the other turtles, and I did the same thing with Mr. Big. Both of them tried to bite the other turtles. They just went berserk. They just aren't used to being around other turtles, which is really sad to me, but I guess it is what it is. So I set up these tanks on my back porch for them. This one is where I put Mr. Big for a long time. I got those filters from the people, and then also the heaters might have been from those people. I don't know. I have like a bunch of different stuff now since I've started the turtle rescue. So I had it in the 55 gallon for a while, as you can see there, and I didn't really have an area for it to get out, which I felt kind of bad about, but it was kind of temporary, and it was so much more space than they'd been in before. Even this as well, so much more space. This is a 30-gallon tank, and this is where I put Mr. Little for a while. Again, just getting him acclimated to me and everything. But I started to have trouble, like the 30-gallon, I had a top for the 55-gallon, but the 30-gallon, I didn't have a top for, so I kind of had to make, like, kind of makeshift stuff, because Mr. Little kept getting out, and a few times, like, I found him in my yard. Luckily, past my back porch, we have, like, a fence around the whole yard, so there's no way that either one of them could get out. But I don't really want them in my yard just because I like to know where they are. So here I'm setting up, like I said, setting up these 2 tanks for them. And when I set these up, it was still kind of cold, so I had the heater. Eventually I could take the heater away, but right at this point I had heaters in there. And then I set up another filter for the 55 gallon. Now I'll be showing you me and my friend a while earlier, like way before I got these. We started to dig a pond in the area that I cleared out last summer, and hopefully this summer, by the end of summer, we'll have it set up so we can have turtles in it like all year round. But we're going to turn this area into like a turtle area. Okay guys, I just found this huge, I believe it's a northern green frog. It could be a bullfrog, but I'm pretty sure it's a northern green frog because I thought bullfrogs are more like round in the front. And there's distinct features. I know what they are, I just forget which way it goes, if that makes sense. But I just found it in my pond here. No idea how it got here. I know it's not like, there's forests around here, but there isn't really ponds. There's Ridgedale Pond, but that's like half a mile down the road. So I don't know how it got into my pond, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill it up about to like where that right there, and I'm gonna make sure the turtles can't get out, and then I'm gonna put the turtles in here, like the big one that I have probably in here, so then I don't have to have them in a tank anymore. So that's the plan. I'm gonna clean it out. I think I'm gonna leave it murky, I don't really care, and then I'll probably put like a small filter, like a small turtle filter in here, but that's basically it. Okay, now we are back to present day. Here is Mr. Big, or I call him Bruce, and like that's the name I've given him. So since it's Mr. Big, basically he is Bruce Big, full name. This is the pond. Now what we're gonna do is we have this wall here. We're gonna put the wall, like right now we just have it set out there. We're gonna be putting it in, obviously, and then having this whole area will be rocks, and then there'll be a fence around this as well. So then there'll probably be like a waterfall right here, and it's this whole area here will be fenced in for the turtles. So there's a possibility that at some point I might have like a box turtle in here or something, which I think would be really cool. I have him in here, and he can't get out yet because, like I said, there needs to be a fence, and there isn't. So he's just in here, and he can get up on this like this floating piece of wood. I know he can. I haven't seen him do it yet, but I know that he can. And then he has the other stuff. I haven't seen the frog. I think it might be stuck under the pond, or it might, like there's quite a few water features around my house, and there's like flooded ditches right now because it's been really wet. So it probably just went away, found somewhere else. But he likes to hide under this piece of wood whenever I come, and there is a filter. It's just one of these turtle filters. So what I was going to talk about is that he was in a 40-gallon that was a turtle tank. So like what a turtle tank is half of it is cut off, and that wasn't even filled all the way up, which means this huge like 9-inch turtle was in, I'd say, less than 20 gallons of water, which is pretty much just insane to me. I know he's older than me, so he's I think they said he was like 20, 21, something like that, years of age, and he was just in that tiny area. So there's a YouTuber that I was watching, Go Herping, and he kind of used this term. It's that he was cared about, but not necessarily cared for, if that makes sense. So it was pretty sad to see the enclosure that he was in, but I'm glad that he's in something much bigger like this now. So now I'm going to show you Mr. Little, who I have set up on the back porch in the 55-gallon. Okay, so here's Mr. Little, or I call him Norman, but he is, so like I said earlier in the video, there's kind of like a funny story here. He's not a red-eared slider. As you can see there, he doesn't have the red ears like a normal red-eared slider does. So it's kind of mind-boggling to me that they had him for 21 years and they didn't even realize that he's not what they thought he was. Because there's no way he's a red-eared slider. He doesn't have the belly markings of a red-eared slider. He's not a red-eared slider. What he is a mystery to me. I'm not sure. I contacted Shelled Reptiles, who also works with turtles and tortoises, and he didn't really know either. I'm guessing what after doing some research, what I'm guessing is a Jamaican slider, because that's what it looks most like, but there wasn't very many pictures online of a Jamaican slider. So maybe if I like looked into books, then I'd be able to find it, but I don't really care fully, honestly. So I just call him the mystery slider because I'm pretty much positive that he's a slider. He's in this 55 gallon, has a hang on back filter with pothos, and it's really, it's not like the nicest looking thing. There's like water stains all over it and there's algae, but algae doesn't hurt them in any way, and I think it kind of gives them cover, honestly. So I'm gonna leave it, I don't really care. But he has this area that he can get up now. So we took the thing that was at the school and we took like plywood and we just put it all the way around, so then he can't get out, because otherwise he'd just plop right out. And then I've seen him multiple times up basking, so that's really good. So like I said, I call him Norman, and they've both been eating and doing well, and he will probably stay out here. I don't know what he'll be doing during the winter, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like it down below. If you have any comments or concerns, put in the comments below, and if you want content, then subscribe. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.